Hi folks, thanks again for joining me. Another watercolour demonstration. Got another winter scene for you today. So I'm going to start off by wetting the paper all over. I'm going to take a bit of raw sienna, a touch of alizarin crimson, and then brush that down that area. Clean the brush, take the excess water off on the lip, the rest will come off on the tea towel like that. And then take a bit of alizarin, a bit of ultramarine, and across the top I'm going to brush that in like that. But not all of it, just leaving little gaps, little unpainted bits here and there. A little bit of colour reflected into the land below. And what I'm going to do is take a tissue before it dries, and just create a few little clouds in the horizon line. This will also help the trees show up a little bit better, which I'm going to paint next. So I'm using the same colours, raw sienna, ultramarine and alizarin crimson. Load the brush, big Hake brush, and I'm going to start over on the left. A bit bigger that way. And they're getting smaller and smaller. Down a little bit smaller over there. But then what I might also do, if I take the rigger brush, and just brush a few trunks up, maybe a few more there as well. And then do some trees like that as well, just to get a bit of variation. That'll do. And then also, so I could also scrape out a little building. Let's do another one. One there like that. Have another one like that, just cutting across it. I'm just going to push some paint up there. And this is going on a little bit stronger than that in the background. So you see, just create that sort of sense of depth. And once I've got that in stronger, I'm going to scrape into that as well. Lots of little details and things going on. So if I take the card, whoops. Actually, just needs to be flat first before I start scraping. So otherwise the paper will just keep bouncing off the wood. Let's get that down there. Let's level that up a little bit. I'll just grab the corner and re-clip it first. Straighten that up. Grab me piece of card. It's just a corner of just a plastic card that's been cut up. And then what I'm going to do is just scrape a few random details. Could be fence posts, anything into there. Some over here as well. Or maybe some poles or something. Easy way of doing fence posts, just flicking down like that, and just putting a few cross pieces. That'll do. I don't want to get too balmy with it. It just gives the eye something to look at, as if there's a bit of detail going on there. Right, then let's clean the brush. Right, so where's this path going to go? I'm just going to work out roughly where there's going to have a path. So I might introduce a bit of burnt umber into this. Raw sienna, burnt umber, a little bit of ultramarine as well. And it's starting off, because the path's going to lead over to those houses. So it's just going to, do something like that. And then it's going to sweep across like that. Right, that's the path in. So I've cleaned the brush. What am I going to do next? Let's get some more raw. Got some nice dollops there going on. Let's just work out a little. Like a little fence, little hedge thing going on there. That continues over there like that. Just switch to the rigger brush. I'm going a bit of brown, bit of blue, and then you've got a tree coming up here. Let's just make that a little bit thicker. I was going to brush some foliage, but what I'm going to do, I'm just going to concentrate on just doing loads of twigs and branches and things, just like that. Just get the dark on the brush, brown, blue, mix it together, it's almost black, the colour. And then just very, very light, just a light touch, just to get the thinner twigs. You have to press down heavier when you're doing the trunk like that, you press right down, just to get the thickness of the trunk in. And then a lot lighter for the twigs and things. So a few things there, different directions, a few darker ones there, there's something down there. Right, just make sure this is flat against the board, and then I might start thinking about some shadows. Yeah, if I just clean that brush again. I don't think I want them too dark, but I'm just going to take a few of those. I'm just going to take the sky colours again, I think. Alizarin, raw sienna, and a bit of blue. Right then. Little things going on in the distance. Right, so the light's sort of coming from this direction. So I'm going to, like that. So I'm going to have like a shadow going from that tree across there, like that. Right then. I was trying to do it without losing the definition of the path. What I might do is just get that in. There's the definition. Nice brown bit of paint. Just save that up there. A few little dark touches here and there, a bit of brown, a bit of ultramarine, and just a few little dark bits there just to emphasise that that's the edge of the path. too much up there. Right, now we definitely need a figure for this one. So I need to make sure it's dry first, so quickly get out the hairdryer. I don't want to go mad with these dark tones. Just adding a few dark tones along this path just to make it stand out from the rest of it. I don't want to get too mad. Maybe just flick that up there. Come on, stop fiddling. Switch to the. I'll have to go with the little brush now, I think. Where's he going to go? I think it needs to be on somewhere up here, I think. Or maybe just there, just very subtle, not too big, just very small. Just sort of leaning forward a little bit. There's a little dog in front of him. And I'm going to pop that in there, just strengthen his head there. Yeah, I can see him now. And I think I'm just about done with that. So switch back to the rigger brush, number 3 rigger, and I'm just going to pop my name down in this corner and call that one finished. So let's stick a mount on it and see what it looks like. So here's the finished painting with the mounts. So if we have a closer look, I think I would have preferred, I don't think the shadows are quite good enough. There's something not quite right about it. But starting with the background, got a very simple sky, sort of raw sienna, alizarin crimson and a bit of ultramarine. And then just use the corner of the brush to suggest all these distant trees and bushes and whatnot. And then just vary it slightly by using the same mix but just doing some rigger tree trunks and then just again using the corner of the brush to suggest a bit of foliage on the top there, just to get a bit of variation, because often I'll just do them all like this and it's all very samey, so just offer something different. And then scraped into that these 3 little cottages here, and then again in front of those you can see where I've scraped out bits of fence posts and all sorts of things. These little details, they can be anything you want them to be really. So I've got this sort of snaking path here, and then it brushed in some shadows, and then bits of raw sienna, ultramarine, burnt umber dotted about the place, just to sort of try and sort of structure the landscape. And then use the rigger brush just to pop in this foreground tree. I didn't put any foliage in this, just flicked in loads of twigs and branches. Very light touch to get the very thin strokes, and then a heavier touch to get things like trunks and thicker branches. There's a few darker tones here in the path, and this winds its way up. So our little man and his dog there walking off into the great outdoors. So that's it for this paint. I hope you enjoyed that. Thanks again for all your support and best wishes. Very much appreciated. If you've got any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. Keep practicing. You can post all your paintings over on Patreon if you want to join me over there. So till next time, happy painting and very best of luck.